Look at all you on timers. I love it. Hey guys. Okay. Sorry we're starting late tonight. Hope that's okay with you guys. Having a hard time getting the kids in bed before the sun goes down. So also we partied hardy last night and Abraham is not on schedule. So if you hear him screaming, it's because he didn't go to bed at a reasonable hour. And so he woke up from his last nap at 7 p.m. and we're not sure when he should go back to sleep. So if you haven't seen the video of him partying hardy, then you can go to my Facebook feed and watch. Pretty entertaining. I'm assuming everyone can hear me. Yes? Okay. Jenny, yes, you can hear me? Yes? Okay, good. All right. Okay, so first things first, June is over, which is unbelievable, and it actually was pretty great. I think you guys did amazing things. I had a great June personally, just a lot of movement, lots of exciting things moving forward. And I love, honestly, when I see you guys succeed, it's the most fulfilling, and I can see that a lot. I can't minimize. Hold on, I'm trying to open my other screen. Okay. It's always more motivating when you guys are reaching your goals, so keep on doing that. I'm really quickly just going to give some shout outs to people who've been doing some amazing things. Last month, we had 251 total enrollments, which is great, fantastic. So I'm going to just give, I noticed too that our team, we have some top enrollers that are pretty magnificent, but they are not just top enrollers on our team. They're top enrollers on like Tanya's team, who's, 3 levels up, and Melissa's team, and even Peggy Smith's team, who's like, I think I'm on her 7th level. So it's really, it makes me so proud. Of course, I don't think you have to enroll 13 people a month to be successful, but it is a really neat thing that some of you are just so talented at doing. And I think that it's something that we can all get better at, right? And I'm sure that there is some secrets there about, their enrolling techniques, but I think a lot of it is just about how consistent they are with teaching new people about the oils. So, okay, so the first, let's see, I'm going to start with 4 enrollments because I can't go through the whole list, but 4 is a significant amount. Kira had 4 enrollments. Awesome. Thank you, Kira. I'm so excited for you. Jenny Starnes, you had 4 enrollments. Awesome. Dana Noop had 4. Christian Benway had 4. Monica Capehart also had 4. Awesome work, guys. Kelly and Michael Tuck had 5 enrollments. Awesome, guys. That is very exciting. Oils for Life, I think is Sue. Yeah, Sue Blaylock had 5. Shelly Halpern had 5. You guys are rocking it. That's amazing. These are people who've been building for a while, so it's pretty powerful that they're getting these high enrollments. I'm excited for them. Amanda Pierce, 7. Karen Painter, 7. Awesome. Kim Patrides, 12. And Stephanie Katera, 16. You guys, that is incredible. Incredible. I love it. That means probably a lot of free Immortelle went out last month. A lot of people getting started with the oils. It's just really exciting to be a part of that new people's journey. Okay, so next we're going to talk about some rank advancements. Real quick, I'm going to see if I can't mute everybody. I'm getting some feedback. Sometimes it regurgitate sound at me, so let me fix that really quick. Okay, if I went muted, let me know. No, I'm clicking the wrong buttons. Okay, all right, so back to those rank advancements. Let's see. Okay, so we didn't really have any major big rank advancements, but we had a lot of new people coming out of the gate and starting their journeys. And so I'm going to start with our directors. So we had Gwendolyn Spoon hit director, Vicki Davis hit director, Jackie Brooks director, Jennifer Kunase director. I probably butchered your last name, Jennifer. I'm sorry. Jennifer Mahaffey director, Amanda Pierce director. Amy was Nikki, director. Donnie Allred, director. Awesome, Donnie. Samantha Bulnays, director. And then we have Monica Capehart, head executive, and Stacy Monroe, head executive. So very exciting new beginnings for these people, starting their businesses and building their businesses strong. Okay. All right, so that's all very exciting. Now I'm going to talk about what's coming up, what you guys have to look forward. First of all, I announced it already. We've got BOGOs. BOGOs are exciting, right? They're so exciting. I know that so many of you are really good with BOGOs, and I'm hoping that in the next few days we can post some ideas. I might get some from some of the other diamonds and see if I can't get some more ideas about how to maximize BOGOs. But having this prep time is huge. Usually we don't find out until the day before. So having just like the foresight to know that we need to be prepared for that is huge. And I think it's going to be in like 2 weeks. We're going to do it right in the middle of July. So we have some time to think about how we're going to make the most of it. We have, of course, there's email campaigns you could do. I would not start bombarding people with information yet, but just start like the back end prep work. Like if you're going to do a Facebook group, just kind of get ready and know who you're going to invite. Maybe start making lists of people who you need to contact, who you can text about the information. We have personal people who want to text every day to know, because they don't really get on Facebook. They don't see the doTERRA page. They don't know other than us telling them what the BOGOs are going to be. So maybe just having a texting list that you can use would be smart. So again, we'll brainstorm that a little bit more in the group. But something else coming up on June 18th, or July, I'm sorry, we're in July, in Winston at Miller Park Rec Center, we're going to be doing a 6 weeks to rank advanced training. That's going to be a really useful class for people who are just starting out and anyone who is maybe further along in their training or in their building. This is really what I love about 6 weeks to elite or 6 weeks to rank advance is it really just outlines the steps that you need to do and helps you identify what you're not doing in order to get where you want to go. So for all of those reasons, it's really going to be a good thing to come to. And we will have some time there to actually do planning, and you'll leave with a plan. It won't be like just talking. It'll be kind of a workshop. Okay, next up, July 30th, we are planning a training day, and I'm excited about that. It's going to be at our new place at downtown Greensboro, the HQ down there, and the facility is amazing. It's beautiful, first of all. The spaces are they're just fun to be in because it's an old building that they have just really neatly decorated. Plus, there's a bar where you can make espresso drinks. You can have a cup of coffee. You can get a beer. I mean, it's such an inviting space. I'm really excited about it. And they're actually excited to have us too. So it's going to be really cool. And I can't wait to have you guys there. But also we're going to do some amazing training, and we're really going to cover some of the things that we got in Prague from the Chedevis. And again, it's going to be really functional material to help you propel your businesses forward. So if this is something that you haven't put on your calendar, please do. I know that it seems like extracurricular because it's not a class, and you need to save your time for doing classes and that kind of thing. But if you don't fuel yourself with these kinds of events and get together with people on a regular basis, then your business is going to fall apart. I'll tell you that because I've seen it happen. The minute you quit coming to things, and the minute you quit sort of dedicating the time set aside to fill your cup and to gather with other people who are on the same journey, you just start to lose momentum and motivation. There's so much to be said about knowing that there's a community of people out there doing what you're doing and trying to get what you want as well. And the brainstorming and the collaboration of that just can't be replaced. So really put this on your schedule and make it a point to be there. So that again is the 30th. It'll be from 1 to 6 p.m. in the afternoon. And then there's tons of great places to eat downtown right there where our space is. So maybe we can do like a group dinner somewhere or something. I don't know. But I'm really excited about that. And the material that we're going to be covering, again, is super useful for just application, just for making your business work for you and making yourself a professional, a doTERRA professional. So I'm very excited about all of those things. Okay, so now I have the great honor and pleasure of introducing you to Candice Terrell. If you haven't met her already, she is a premier with doTERRA. She I'm going to let her tell her story because she built to Premier very quickly. But she actually has been with doTERRA for 2 years, 2+ years maybe. But so I'm going to ask her some questions. But first, I want her to share why she just started building with doTERRA. Hey, Candice.
Hello.
All right.
This is my first time on Zoom, so I feel weird. Sorry.
Oh, you're perfect. You did it just right.
Okay. So yes, I enrolled January of 2015. So was a user for 2 years. Hi, Sadler. This is my little one. And really how we got into the oils was because of her. She had RSV, and the doctor put us on a bunch of meds, and my mom gut was like, no, there has to be something else. And my mother-in-law brought over some eucalyptus, and it wasn't doTERRA, but it was oils. So it at least was a start for me. And then, so long story short, we found doTERRA, and we've been using it ever since. But how I started building would be, I was a property manager for 10 years. And if you don't know what that is, it's an apartment manager. So when people rent an apartment, there's somebody that has to manage all of the paying the rent and the problems that go along with that. And I had 616 of those simultaneous headaches, plus a staff of 13 people. And I was really good at my job and got paid a lot of money and had all the great things, but something wasn't quite right with me internally, and I didn't really know at the time what it was, but I was fighting. And long story short is I got to a really a dark place in my life where I knew that I didn't want to do that anymore. And I didn't have a plan, but my husband and I agreed that I would quit my job. And so I did. And it was Friday the 13th in January. My birthday was on the 16th of January. I turned 35, and I was like, here I am halfway to 70 in my life, and I have no idea where I'm going to be. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just knew it wasn't where I was there. And I was standing in my laundry room folding clothes, and I was crying. And I remember it was like the Lord said, Candice, turn your head to the left just a little bit. And I looked, and my oils were sitting there in my wooden box, and I saw doTERRA etched there, and I started to cry. And I literally threw my head back and I laughed, and I said, really? Like, this is what I'm supposed to do? For real? I was like, I hear you. And that's how it happened for me. And I reached out to the person that enrolled me, and I said, I don't really know what the business opportunity is about, but I want to know more. And here I am.
Yeah.
And that was in January when I made that decision. And then I started to build in February and March. And
right.
So.
I love it. That's awesome. Okay, so let me pull my questions, which I should have done, but I was just listening to you instead. Okay, so, well, before we get into the deeper things, what is your favorite oil experience?
Oh, gosh. Frankincense. I have this mystery thing on my head that I would show you if I could zoom in, but it kind of looked like a wart. It looked like cauliflower, but it was like I don't know, it was like a weird thing on my head. And I even text Chasey, and I was like, do you think I have cancer? What is it? Like, no, it's probably just like I don't even know what she called it. She was like, just put frankincense on it. So I kept doing that, and it's gone completely.
Oh, I love it.
So frankincense is always my favorite. But I have lots of oil stories.
Yeah, good. I'm sure there will be more.
Oh,
okay, so what is your vision for your doTERRA business? What are your goals there?
I would like to maintain Premier. I did not hit it last month, and I'm trying to be realistic with myself that because I built very quickly, I might not solidify rank, and I have to be okay with that. And so that's a real thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to hit Premier again, and of course grow to silver. My goal is to hit silver by convention.
Yes, that is a big goal. You have what, 2 months?
Yes.
Yeah. 2 months. Okay.
And of course, I'm in the contest for what's the trip?
Dominican?
Yeah, Dominican.
Are
So,
you in the running?
yeah, I am in that.
Yay, good. Oh, I hope you get to go. And even if you don't, that's actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because even if you don't earn that trip for free, I'm told that it's really worth going, because first of all, it's actually fairly affordable. Everything is included, like at the place you go, you pay for your tickets, and then like food and drinks and activities are all included. But anyway, so it could be really cool. Flights down there are pretty inexpensive, but anyway, and all the big wigs are there, like the Chedevies will be there, and so you can kind of knock knees with them a little bit. Very fun. But anyway, okay, so what were some of the tools you used to build so far, or what were the methods you've used?
So completely out of the gate, you did a launch group, and I did that. So the launch, I guess that's Share Success.
It is, yeah.
I've used their tools. I honestly have been a sponge, and I am thankful, humbled, and completely not naive to the fact that my situation is different. I was fortunate to not have a full-time job anymore, so I could give my time like all of it when I wanted to doTERRA, and I know that not everybody can do that, and I'm very, very thankful that I could. But I made myself a sponge to reaching out for resources and going out on YouTube and finding videos on how to teach a good class, and I looked at all the things, and I just found things that made sense to me, and I made index cards for my very first class, and it was actually based kind of off the text from the Share Success. I think it's in the launch guide where it says, it gives you like, this is literally the words to say when you're teaching a class. I kind of weave that into what made sense to me, and I just did it. And I enrolled everybody at my first class.
Oh, my word. That's good. So, why don't you tell us, can you pull that up and tell us what your close was?
What was the question? What did you say?
You remember what you said, like to close, to basically at the same time. The hard part, I think, for most people, is switching from giving the education to saying, okay, so now it's your turn to buy the oils, so do you know what you say? Can you share that?
In the beginning, I just assumed the close from the beginning. I said, you're going to enroll today, and these are the kits that I think you should buy. I mean, I just was very optimistic and positive, and it worked. And I've tried it in other classes, and it wasn't so great. So it's not always going to be the case. But in that case, it's proof that it can work.
Yeah.
And so I would say just be clear in what the options are. It can be confusing and overwhelming, and we can talk way too much, and people are like, what? So I'm a big talker. So for myself, it's been to just kind of dumb it down. And people appreciate that. Simplicity is really key, and that's what I've been trying to do. But to believe it or not, when you get to this, and I know you're going to ask me what my weakness is, it is closing.
Oh, it's crazy.
I know.
Well, I didn't even mean that. I meant like your weakness as a whole. Like for me, what's my weakness? Really talking too much. I feel like I don't have times where I just shut my mouth, and that's kind of important in a class, but closing is a good one. Okay, so we'll go ahead. So closing is your weakness, and you just feel like, because why?
I feel like my class gets to a point where I share 8 or so oils, and everyone's like excited, and the energy's like good, and but then it's like, oh God, now what? Like I've talked about, I don't know. For me, I go to a place where I don't want to shift into being a salesperson, and I know it's not, because I'm serving, and they've already started filling out the paper, so they're already doing the work. It's just for me, I know that I'm missing a lot of opportunity by not talking about the kits more, and I need to mention the Natural Solutions kit more and talk about the value of that, because truth be told, that's what I wish I had enrolled with. I don't wish I'd done it every old cut. That was more of what I would have done realistically, but I just think I need to be more, and I'm working myself through money objections in my own life and things too. And I know a lot of it comes with understanding my own views on money, and that other people have their own views on money too. And I'm not meant to understand theirs. So,
Yeah, good point. Okay, well, what are your strengths? What do you think you have working in your favor?
That I was a business lady for 10 years, and then I managed people and a team and a multi-million-dollar asset, and all the things that I thought I hated, really, I'm finding I liked. Like, I like the digital marketing. I'm finding that I love posting on Facebook and Instagram and doing interactive things that way. And I've actually gotten a couple of enrollments from just Facebook posts, which was really surprising to me.
Yeah.
But I like that. And I have a blog too, and I love to write. That's like a huge outlet for me. So I'm tapping into that a little bit more. But I would say loving on my people is going to be, I think, one of my strengths. It's feeling like the most natural part of what's happening. So I think it's a strength. And follow up. As much as I don't like phone calls, I really do try to nurture my follow-up because I know it's important.
It's really important. Yeah, and I just said this the other day, I think, in our launch group, is that, basically the wealthiest people in doTERRA are the ones who do the follow-up. Because really our job is to schedule like one follow-up to the next. Like, you have the follow-up of giving a sample and then following up, and then you have the getting them to a class, the follow-up of making sure they show up at the class, and then after the class making sure they're using their oils and all of these things. And it's just a cycle of follow-up, and the better we get at that, then the more success we find. So very good. And it's really just customer service. We call it follow-up, but it's just good customer service. So very good. Kayla, did you have your hand raised? If anybody has any questions, they're welcome to raise their hand.
Yeah.
I saw a hand raised, but maybe it was an accident. There's lots of features on here, so I know.
Yeah, I did, but it was an accident.
Oh. Okay, good. Well, you're welcome to ask something if you think of it. Okay, well, that really is all I have. Is there I like to think sometimes myself personally, since you've watched a lot of videos, have you gotten familiar with any one doTERRA person that you resonate with?
Not necessarily. Like, I guess Emily, I like her a lot. Tiffany Peterson is my spirit animal. If you don't know her, you need to know her. I mean, she's just amazing. And I found her, and really just the personal development journey within all of this has honestly been the most rewarding. And I truly believe it's what's carried me where I am. And I can tell you all, wherever you are, like, just keep feeling that. And it's like, never stop feeding yourself. Like, we are what drives all of this. And people feed off our energy. And if they sense your desperation, I mean, it's not going to work. And anytime that I feel like I can't go anymore, I go back to the oils, and that's what keeps me going. And then I can tell that story of how I had a day where I didn't think I could do it, and then I smelled Motivate, and it was all better. Like, and then it's, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it happens.
Yeah.
And I think it's just important to stay genuine to who you are, and that's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah, good. All right, so share some of your favorite personal development stuff. Tiffany Peterson, what else?
Jack Canfield, The Success Principles is what I'm currently reading. The Game of Life and How to Play It, I'm currently reading that book too. I'm one of those people that reads many books at once, so it's the thing I have. But that book, it was written in 1925, and to believe that some of the same principles on humanity almost 100 years ago that I find so incredibly relatable today, it's amazing. It's a great book, and I'm reading it right now, and I've read it on the beach the last 2 times I've been, and I'm like, what a great place to read such a great book. I don't know. To me, it's all the feels. It's an amazing book, and you should totally The Game of Life and How to Play It.
I'm going to write it down. I have heard of that before, but I've never heard it before, or listened to it, or read it, I should say.
It was written in 1925.
Wow.
And I'm going to completely draw a blank on her last name, so I'm not even going to botch it. I borrowed it from a friend, but anyway, it's a good book, and it's of course, the Go-Getter series. I've read one of those. The Go-Giver. The Big Leap was a big one for me. That was probably the first one, I think. That was the one that like sent me to the new place of, oh, okay. I get it. That's a great one. And of course the Bible. Like I just stay true with the universe and God and never, ever, 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 ever forget any of that. Right, Sadler? Jesus loves us. She said, yep. Yeah.
Big lollipop.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that's excellent. So what is your plan to get to silver, since that's what's your plan of attack?
I'm really hard on myself, so I feel like I haven't been doing enough, really, honestly, and I feel like I need to do better time blocking. But I want to do, I need to teach more classes. I'm starting a 5-week class series. I'm really excited. I'm doing a little living naturally class series. I'm starting Tuesdays at 6:30.
Awesome.
And the first one's going to be just an intro class. Second week will be membership overview. Mm-hmm. Week 3, I'm going to do a cooking and cleaning with oils. Week 4, I'm going to do emotions and oils. And week 5, I'm going to do financial peace. I'm going to do like a business overview. And I'm going to tie in, I think, the class that I did at HQ.
Very good.
And I'm going to offer a pretty good prize for anybody that comes to all 5 of those classes.
Yay, cool.
So
I think that's awesome. I think you'll start from that. You'll see so much more residual. And since you have so many new people, they need that exposure. So
yeah, and that honestly, to me, that's what it's really about, is I want to nurture the people that have enrolled and pick up some new folks along the way. But I'm excited about it.
Okay.
It's honestly a win-win, because my husband's going to turn it into a daddy-daughter night for the him and the girls.
Oh,
we're going to have dinner.
Yeah.
While I'm here teaching the classes, so
that is good. Very cool. I think we all know your plan, and we are going to be rooting you on to silver so that you can walk. That would be amazing. But so no more slacking off, because now we all know.
No, now y'all know. Keep pushing me, because I feel like a slacker. So
I don't feel like a slacker. You can take a break. When you do these big pushes, you did this big push to get to premiere, and now you can take a break. But now it's time to get back on that horse. You're done. You cut your breath. Anyway.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Candice, for being willing to get on tonight. And we are so excited to have you on our team. You're an amazing resource, and you're just like a bundle of energy, and it's motivation for everybody. So, hey, Sadler.
Well, thanks. Say hi, Sadler. Hi.
Hey. All right, everybody. Thanks for getting on the call tonight. I will post a recording of this. Jenny did ask a question about our training on the 30th. It is open to all ranks. We are going to do some recognition, particularly for people who complete the launch, and that will be fun. But otherwise, it is open to everyone on the team. So make sure your people know about it, and we'll put up an event for people to register so we can get a good idea of the numbers. So. All right, everybody. Have a great night.
All right, we're going to go.